So hello and welcome everyone. Thank you all for joining this evening. I'm assuming it's evening where you are if you're part of the Thubten Chöying Ling community, but some of you may be joining from other places too, since we're international with Zoom. How amazing that is. So I see Adriana and Brennan, Coral, Cara, so hello. My name is Thubten Chöying, and I'm joining you from Kopan's Nunnery in Kathmandu. So it's actually morning here, and you'll hear some of the morning prayers being chanted in the background probably. So you can use that as an extra blessing during our meditation session. I've put in the chat some mantras that we do to start the session, and the link to information where these mantras come from, which is a practice that Lama Zopa Rinpoche has compiled that he has asked all his students to do every morning. So it's a really lovely practice. And doing these mantras together helps us get familiar with them, because sometimes it's hard to get used to these unfamiliar pronunciations. So doing it together helps with that. There are also other prayers and meditations in that practice. So you might want to take a look, and you can get it from the materials button on the website. And so let's just start with the mantra for blessing the mala. And if you don't have your mala, don't worry, you don't have to jump up and go find it. I'll be keeping track of the number of mantras that we do during this session. But if you have your mala, this is how you bless it. Saying this mantra 7 times, and then you blow on the mala and you rub it between your hands. Om RUTSIRA Mani Prawartaya Hum. 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 And now you've multiplied the merit when you say mantras using your mala by sextillion times, which is an unbelievably huge number. So it's an easy, lazy way to get extra merit, which is just spiritual energy driving your practice. And then we'll say this mantra to increase the power of recitation, and we say that 7 times. TAYATHA Om DHARE DHARE BENDHARE SVAHA. 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 So that last syllable, you'll hear it pronounced different ways. It can be SVAHA, it can be SOHA. It depends on who's saying it. So one is a very traditional way according to the original Sanskrit, and the other is the more Tibetan way. So either way is fine. They're both completely valid. And so now that we've done these, let's just so check how you're seated. Make sure that your body is comfortable. It needs to be very stable, but relaxed, so that we can just forget about the body as we focus inward on our mind. And the most important thing is that your back be straight, no matter how you're sitting, whether it's in a chair or on the floor. And then to really just bring us to the present moment and let go of any busy thoughts that we might be holding from a long day, or any worries that we might have about the future, or things from yesterday, past, that we've forgotten and suddenly remembered, or are worried about. All of that, it's time to let go of it and just be present here for this meditation. And so a good way to do that is to just focus on whatever your body is experiencing at the moment. Not writing a big story about it. It's just turning your attention to it. And this is the mindfulness of our experiences in the body. Noticing the feeling of your clothes touching your skin. What it feels like where your body is connecting with the chair or the floor or your cushion. Noticing any sensations that you're having inside the body. You might be aware of your heart beating, or there might be tingling sensations or shooting sensations, or very little sensation. Just notice. And we'll take 3 nice deep breaths to help us just relax into this posture. And when you've done that, then just let your breathing return to normal. And we want to set our motivation. It's so important to have a strong motivation before our actions. It's the most important part of creating karma. And so we think, may all the actions of my body, speech, and mind only benefit others. And this is a good short motivation that you can use every day when you wake up. Very easy to remember. Repeating it 3 times to yourself. May all the actions of my body, speech, and mind only benefit others. May all the actions of my body, speech, and mind only benefit others. And continue to think about the motivation of compassion. Compassion for yourself, because you have created in the past negative karmas that you will experience as suffering results. As well as compassion for those you have harmed. That they will experience suffering. And they will, which creates this never-ending cycle of suffering. May we do this purification practice in order to stop this cycle, get out of samsara, and help all sentient beings attain enlightenment. And to do that, we must be qualified and attain enlightenment ourselves for the benefit of all sentient beings. Just like a doctor can't operate until they've gone to med school, We ourselves must develop this enlightened mind in order to help others develop it as well. So normally I would share my screen with you, but I'm having some Zoom difficulties. So we'll just continue with the meditation and use your visualizations as best you can. And if you just aren't familiar enough with the mantra yet, you can always just meditate during the mantra recitation. But we start with the first of the 4 opponent powers, the power of regret. So focusing on just today, is there anything that I have done that might have harmed myself or others through negative actions of body, speech, or mind? And try to remember anything you might have done. This is a really positive action of remembering this because we're going to use it in purification practice. It's not ruminating or beating yourself up, which would be negative reasons to remember. But here we're using it as a basis to help us improve our habits. So it's a very positive thing. And so we regret anything we've done today. Very good if we can remember specifics. And then if there's anything from longer ago that you can remember but perhaps haven't purified yet, or you've tried to purify it and you still don't feel good about it, something is still dwelling about it, then include that. And then we need a very general wish to include all past negative actions of body, speech, and mind from both this lifetime that we've forgotten, as well as from all previous lifetimes. And then for the second of the 4 opponent powers, we rely on Guru Vajrasattva, who has perfected these qualities, perfect wisdom, perfect compassion. We're relying on the methods of Guru Vajrasattva, following in his footsteps, doing this work ourselves. And we visualize Vajrasattva on the crown of our heads. So imagine a beautiful, soft, white lotus. And Vajrasattva is sitting on the lotus in lotus meditation posture. Holding a Vajra and bell. The Vajra in his right hand, bell in his left. He has this gentle, loving face. Everything about his being is compassion and loving kindness. And he wears heavenly jewelry and silks, not ordinary, but everything is made. And we either say or just meditate on the meaning of the prayer of refuge To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I am enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I am enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. And again, really connecting with that sense of compassion. If you have studied and have confidence in past lives, then you would know that all sentient beings have been our mothers and wish to repay that kindness. But even if you don't have confidence in past lives, just thinking about this life, we completely rely on other sentient beings for our mental and physical happiness. And so may we purify for their sake, so that we no longer harm and only benefit them. And so we begin with purifying any past negative actions of body. Guru Vajrasattva sends down a powerful beam of blissful white nectar that enters through the crown of your head, and it pushes down those negative actions in the form of black inky liquid out the bottom of your body. And as it exits out of your orifices, it just disappears as if it was never there. As the white nectar continues to fill your body, and we say the mantra 7 times. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denu Patita Dida Mebawa Sutashaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anadaktu Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memprayatsa Sarvakama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kudurhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denu Patita Dida Mebawa Sutashaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anudaktu Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memprayatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kudurhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denu Patita Dido Mebawa Sutashaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anudaktu Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memprayatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kudurhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denu Patita Dida Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anadaktu Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memprayatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kudurhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denu Patita Dida Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anudaktu Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memprayatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kudurhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denu Patita Dida Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anudaktu Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memprayatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kudurhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Tada Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manipalaya Shaya Mebawa Sipushaya Mebawa Anudatu Mebawa Sarva Siddhi Memperyatsa Sarva Kama Sitame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarva Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe. And now your body is completely filled with the blissful white nectar. All negative actions of body purified. Think that you can't possibly harm others with your body. And be delighted. And then we purify our past negative actions of speech. Anything that we've said that was misinformation, critical, hateful, divisive. Any of those past negative actions of speech. Guru Vajrasattva sends down again a powerful hose of white nectar, enters the crown of your head, this time filling your body from the bottom up and pushing out the black inky liquid through the top of your body. And as it exits, it completely dissipates. And those are all those actions of speech that have harmed others. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manipalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dido Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anudakti Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memperyatsa Sarvakam Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manipalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dido Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anudakti Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memperyatsa Sarvakama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manipalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dita Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anudaktu Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memperyatsa Sarvakama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dida Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anudakti Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memperyatsa Sarvakama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Musa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dida Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anudakti Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memperyatsa Sarvakama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dida Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anudakti Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memperyatsa Sarvakama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dida Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anudakti Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memperyatsa Sarvakama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe. Your body filled with the blissful white nectar, all those actions of negative speech completely purified, thinking there's nothing I can say that will harm sentient beings. very blissful, relaxed feeling. And then we purify any negative actions of the mind. Even though we might not act on them, we have many negative thoughts. And so Guru Vajrasattva sends down a light beam of white, blissful light entering the crown of your head. And as it enters your body, just like when you flip on a light switch, it completely illuminates your body, purifying all negative actions of mind. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Deno Patita Dido Mebawa Sutashaya Mebawa Sipushaya Mebawa Anurakti Mebawa Sarvasiti Membrayatsa Sarvakama Siddhame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dena Patita Dido Mebawa Sutashaya Mebawa Sipushaya Mebawa Anurakti Mebawa Sarvasiti Membrayatsa Sarvakama Siddhame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dena Patita Dido Mebawa Sitashaya Mebawa Supushaya Mebawa Anurati Mebawa Sarvasiti Membrayatsa Sarvakama Siddhame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dena Patita Dido Mebawa Sitashaya Mebawa Supushaya Mebawa Anurati Mebawa Sarvasiti Membrayatsa Sarvakama Siddhame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dena Patita Dido Mebawa Sutashaya Mebawa Supushaya Mebawa Anurati Mebawa Sarvasiti Membrayatsa Sarvakama Siddhame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dena Patita Dido Mebawa Sutashaya Mebawa Supushaya Mebawa Anurati Mebawa Sarvasiti Membrayatsa Sarvakama Siddhame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dena Patita Dido Mebawa Sitashaya Mebawa Sipushaya Mebawa Anurati Mebawa Sarvasiti Membrayatsa Sarvakama Siddhame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe. All past negative actions of mind are completely purified. Be so happy. And think it's as if you can't even possibly think anything negative. No ignorance. And then we purify any subtle obscurations that might be left. Anything still imprinted on your mind. It's like we've flushed the toilet with the poo of all our negative karma, but there's still a smell in the air. We're going to purify even those subtle imprints. And Guru Vajrasattva sends down, again, a powerful, blissful ray of light that enters and illuminates your body, purifying those subtle imprints. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dena Patita Dido Mebawa Sutashaya Mebawa Supushaya Mebawa Anudati Mebawa Sarvasiti Membrayatsa Sarvakama Siddhame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Hum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dena Patita Dido Mebawa Sutashaya Mebawa Supushaya Mebawa Anuratu me bawa sarva siddhi me prayatsa sarva karma sutta me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sarva tadagata vajra mame mutsa vajra bahamaha samaya sapahum pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manipalaya Vajrasattva Dena Patita Dida Me Bhava Sitoshaya Me Bhava Supushaya Me Bhava Anaratu Me Bhava Sarvasiddhi Me Prayasa Sarva Karma Sutta Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarva Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manipalaya Vajrasattva Dena Patita Dida Me Bhava Sitoshaya Me Bhava Supushaya Me Bhava Anurati me bhava sarva siddhi me prayatsa sarva karma sutta me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sarva tata gata vajra mame musa vajra bahamaha samaya sapa ahum pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dena Patita Dida Me Bhava Sitoshaya Me Bhava Suposhaya Me Bhava Anurati Me Bhava Sarva Siddhi Me Prayasa Sarva Karma Sutta Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarva Tata Gata Vajra Mame Musa Vajra Bahamaha Samaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dena Patita Dida Me Bhava Sitoshaya Me Bhava Suposhaya Me Bhava Anurati me bhava sarva siddhi me prayatsa sarva karma sutta me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sarva tata gata vajra mame mutsa vajra bahamaha samaya sapa ahum pe sapa palaya dena me sarva karma sutta me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sarva tata gata vajra mame mutsa vajra bahamaha samaya sapa ahum pe. Now there's not one atom of negativity left in your mind stream, completely purified. And so we come to the fourth of the four opponent powers, where we resolve not to repeat any past negative actions. So if you have a specific action that you've been working on, something that you did today that you've regretted, set a very specific goal not to repeat it with a time frame of like 5 minutes, an hour, till you wake up in the morning, till you purify again. Whatever it is, give yourself a reasonable goal that you can keep, so that if you're successful, then you can rejoice and give yourself positive reinforcement. And if you do make the mistake again, because recognizing that a habit means that it's likely to be repeated, then that's why we have to purify every day. And we repeat this knowing it's a process, it's a practice. And then for any of our old habits, anything we've done in our past, we resolve to act virtuously, to refrain from harming others, and ideally to be helping them whenever possible. And Guru Vajrasattva is so delighted. He dissolves into white light, wanting to merge with us, entering through the crown of your head, merging with you, so that your body, speech, and mind is one with Guru Vajrasattva's body, speech, and mind. In union, oneness. Thinking in emptiness, there is no I, the creator of negative karma. There is no action of creating negative karma, and there is no negative karma created. And we dedicate all of the merit, this positive energy that we've created by doing this purification, for the benefit of all living beings. Thinking, may all the virtuous karma I have created from doing this practice ripen as my enlightenment for the sake of sentient beings as quickly as possible. And then you can continue to meditate on these dedication verses, or you can say them if you know them. As a result of the 3 times merits of myself and others, may bodhicitta, from which the happiness of all sentient beings comes, be generated in the minds of self and other sentient beings without delay for even 1 second, and that which has been generated, may it increase. As a result of the 3 times merits of myself and others, may emptiness be generated in the minds of self and other sentient beings without delay, even for 1 second, and that which has been generated, may it increase. As a result of the 3 times merits of myself and others, may I, who am empty from my own side, achieve Guru Shakyamuni Buddha's enlightenment, which is empty from its own side, and lead all sentient beings who are empty from their own side to that enlightenment which is empty from its own side as quickly as possible by myself alone. And then also praying for the long life of all of our gurus, especially His Holiness the Dalai Lama, Khachoe Lama Zopa Rinpoche, all of your teachers at Thubten Chöying Ling and other FPMT centers, all the gurus. May they have long lives, continue to teach us, and to hold us close in every lifetime until we all achieve enlightenment.
Thank you